what I gathered from after marking your papers is that you're not prepared. Some of you have the content, but you don't know how to answer, how to put the content according to. There are others also who don't do revision, so they don't know how questions are framed. But the biggest problem in this paper is that people don't read the question and understand before answering, because you find out that you already have the content, but you did not understand what the question requires you to do. So that was also a difficulty that I saw in those papers. Question 1A, read the question, Guyo.
Outline translation of the Bible from the original languages to local languages.
Yes. Here, people were telling me about the effects of Bible translation. Yes, you're being asked about the translation of the Bible from the original languages to the local languages. So you're supposed to put forth the following answers. The original language of Old Testament was Hebrew. And then you say, was one point. And then the second point was the original language for New Testament was what? Was Greek. So just mentioning the language for Old Testament and the original language for New Testament, we are giving a point each. And then number 3, the Old Testament was translated into Greek by the 70 translators, and that was known as the Septuagint. So remember that because the Old Testament was in Hebrew and the Bible needed to be only in one language, so it needed to be translated to what? To Greek. And it was done by the 70 translators. Whether you say the 70 translated or you call them the Septuagint, I was still giving you, because you already know about, you know the content. That is, you know about the 70 translators. Point number 4 is that Jerome, a Greek scholar, translated the Bible into Latin and named it Vulgate. The most important thing here is to remember the scholar. Even if you did not remember the scholar, if you could have just said that a Greek scholar translated the Bible into Latin, that was the main point. Even if you did not mention his name, that was Jerome, and that he named it what? Vulgate. The Bible was translated directly from Hebrew to Greek. So remember the original language for Old Testament was what? Was Hebrew. So that's why we are saying the Bible was translated directly from Hebrew. That is from the Old Testament, where it was from Hebrew to Greek. And then after Greek, it was translated to what? To English by William Tyndale. That is Tyndale. So from Hebrew to Greek, then from Greek to English. The Bible was translated into national languages of European countries during the period of transformation. So now it was translated to the national languages of the European countries during the period of transformation. Then from there, now you come to the country. You say that John Ludwig Kraft translated a German New Testament Bible into what? Swahili, or into Kiswahili. Remember Ludwig Kraft, or John Ludwig Kraft, it translated only the what? The New Testament from Germany to what? To Kiswahili. Then from there you mentioned that the Bible Society of Kenya, in conjunction with Translation and Literary Organization, that is BTL, translated into smaller languages such as Kikuyu, Meru, Kalenjin, Luya, Pokomo, like that. So you just say that the Bible Society of Kenya, in conjunction with the Translation and Literacy Organization, that is the BTL, translated the Bible into what? Local languages. For example, Kikuyu, Meru, Kalenjin, and Luya. If you want to remember the whole translation process, you have to remember from Hebrew to Greek. That is the Old Testament from Hebrew to Greek. Then the whole Bible now was in Greek because the New Testament was already in Greek. And then from Greek, it went to what? To English. And then from English, it was translated into European countries, languages, local languages, or the national languages of the European countries. And then Germany to Swahili, and then to the what? To the local languages. And then you remember the people who took part in it. Question 1B, Victoria.
From the Genesis stories of creation, outline 7 teachings about human beings.
Yes, so the teachings about human beings from the Genesis stories of creation. So, human beings are what? Are social beings. Or you can just say is a social being. A human being is a social being. Is made from the image and likeness of God. He has been given the breath of life from God. He's been given the dominion over God's creation. Or rather, you can just say he's in charge of what? Of God's creation. That is the same point as saying that he subdues God's creation. It's just the same point. Also, he communicates with God, or you say he fellowships with God. It's just the same point as worshipping with God. So human beings communicate with God. He is the special of all God's creation, or is the greatest, or you can just say is the superior amongst all the God's creation. Also, human beings have ability to reason, or you can just say he has ability to make choices or to think. Either whether you say he has the ability to reason or to make choice or to think, it's just the same thing. He is blessed by God. He was given a specific place to stay, or you can just say in the creation stories, he was given the garden of what? Eden. Another point that he was supposed to use, or is supposed to use other creation for his own benefit. Also is to multiply, or what you say that is supposed to procreate. Is the caretaker of creation. Question 1C, read for us. Yes. How does the church bring back members who have fallen from faith? Number one, if you ask how the church should bring them back, you should not start with not doing something. You're being asked what are they supposed to do. Don't start with not. You're supposed to start with by doing what? So for example, if you say teaching them about being patient, or teaching them about patience, teaching about them, you're still talking about teaching. So you're talking about the same thing. Or you start all your points by encouraging them to. It's all about what? Encouragement. So that is the same. That's why most of your points, you keep on repeating yourself. So by visiting them, or you invite them to their homes, to your home, by being patient or by forgiving them. Remember, they've already fallen. By preaching to them or teaching them, or you can say by evangelizing to them. So it's still the same point. That's still preaching to them. By guiding and counseling them, or you can say by referring them to experts according to the needs or according to their needs. So by guiding and counseling them. Also, because you're Christian, you're supposed to also pray for what? You pray for them. You also, because they've already fallen, you invite them back to church. By encouraging them to repent. Or you encourage them to confess. Also by offering them material needs, or you offer them aid. Because maybe that's why they've fallen, because they're what? They need. So you're supposed to offer them material needs, or you offer them aid.